do not treat your kids as human beings. Right? No, obviously not. So I recently saw a clip on social media, basically somebody saying they were in the supermarket and they saw somebody asking their kids what they wanted to eat. And that person continued to say then, oh, I saw that and I was thinking like, why would you ask your kid what you want to eat? Just get what you want, make that, and make the kid eat the food. And I'm like, why would you do that? Now, before we get deeper into this, I am a father. I have an 8-year-old. I know what it means to eat dino nuggets and mashed potatoes like 3 times a week and like noodles with sauce or whatever. However, I would never deny my kid a wish or deny my kid to be included in the daily ongoings of our life, of our living together. Now, what this person basically said was ignore your kids, don't ask them what they want to eat, and that extends, of course, don't ask them what they want to do. And I'm like, why would you not want to treat your kids, your children, as people, human beings with valid opinions? Now, I do understand that we cannot simply just ask our children about anything because we would probably be eating, again, dino nuggets, mashed potatoes, and ice cream for an entire week. You have to, but still, you have to ask your kids, you have to include them in the daily ongoings of your life, and that includes dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. Like, I ask my kid all the time, what would you like to eat? Most of the time I get the answer, I don't know. So we have to work around that. But why would you not treat the opinions of your children as valid? Like, why would you just do that? I mean, sometimes, of course, we say, the kid will ask, what is for dinner? And we're like, oh, we're having this and that. And it's like, okay, good. So we did not include our child in the ongoings, but to simply put out a statement and say, no, why would you ask your kid what they want to eat? And I'm like, it's a human being, right? And we've all been kids. We were picky as kids, right? No peas, no spinach, no vegetables, whatever it was. You have to explain to your child that those are healthy foods and try to make those healthy foods fun and enjoyable for your kids. Now, again, I'm not saying you have to listen to every little thing that your kids say and you don't have to be a slave to your child, but for God's sakes, treat them like a normal person, like a human being. Like you ask your spouse what you want, what they want for dinner, right? You would ask somebody else that you're living with, hey, what should we do for dinner? So why not ask your kid who's also living with you, who's a part of you, and show them that their opinion is valued and not just like, you don't even matter. Like, that can be very, very dangerous. Suggesting to your kid that they do not matter, their opinion does not matter. I'm not a psychologist here, but I think that would probably mess them up a bit. It's the same as if you ask your kid a question. Let's say you ask your kid, do you want something to drink? And the kid says, no, I'm not thirsty. And then you're like, oh yes, but have a sip to drink, please. What you did there is you suggested to your kid that the opinion doesn't matter. You asked a question, the kid gave you an answer, and you said, no, we cannot have that answer. I want this answer. And what that just does is make the kid feel not valued and make their opinion not valued. And I'm thinking, why would you even do that? Like, you want your kid to grow up to be a strong, independent person, right? And that does not work when you keep trashing on your kids' opinions, your kids' values, and not treat them as a human being. Like, I saw that video and I was shocked. I was like, why would you even do that? And they told that story with such a proud of like, I don't ask my kids ever what they want to eat. And I'm like, oh my God, I wouldn't want to live in your house. Like, your poor kids. I feel so sorry for the kids. It's not even real, man. But what do you think? Do you think we should ask our kids what they want to eat? Or do you just like put the food on the table and say, that is what we're having, that is what you will eat? Obviously, like, we do that too sometimes, but not all the time. Like, I love to have my child participate in the daily ongoings. Again, it can be a breath of fresh air, honestly, because kids have very different minds, and we keep forgetting that we all were kids before we grew up, right? So I just think it is so much fun to ask my child what they want to eat, and then just like, it's just fun. And it can be fun to have dino nuggets with mashed potatoes, or you can have some plain noodles. Why not? Why not? What's the problem there? I don't see a big problem there. As long as you don't like as long as your kids don't just like stuff their face with candy and sugary treats and stuff, the occasional pizza or burgers is not a big problem. I don't think it's a big problem, but do let me know what you think about this topic.